What is going on, guys? This is Ninja here. Today I'm going to be doing the top 5 worst Call of Duty Zombies bosses. These guys are just the absolute game ruining Call of Duty Zombies bosses in the maps. Whenever they come down to just they're annoying in general, or they just completely ruin the map. Without any further ado, let's get into this. Anyways, before we get into it, I also want to mention that it's not going to be Easter egg bosses. We're only going to be doing bosses that are in the map or on certain rounds. So, without any further ado, let's really get into this. Coming into number 5 spot, we have the Mangler. Now, the main reason why this boss is actually number 5 is because you can basically shoot him in the head, and then basically he'll be weak, and then obviously we all know that its weak spots are there. Obviously, when you shoot him in the head. But the biggest real reason why this boss is just one of the worst bosses, because the map itself, Girl Curvy, it's hard. You almost can't train in the map. But we don't want this boss around. No, we don't want something that's going to be coming into the battlefield, trying to shoot us with its arm cannon, and it just reminds me of a bloody Terminator zombie that just decides, yeah, sure thing, we wanted a new boss, we wanted one that looked like the Terminator. No, we don't want bosses like this, Treyarch. And this is also the main real reason why it didn't return in Revelations. It was just too hard to deal with when you train a horde of zombies. Like, we're talking about 50 to 100 zombies. How are you supposed to take care of these guys while also dealing with 100 zombies? Yeah, you've got the Alpha Sage, which is really powerful against it. You've got weapons that are powerful against it, but the main reason why it didn't make it higher is because there were just harder bosses to deal with, or just ones that were more annoying. Coming into number 4 spot, we have the Space Monkeys from Ascension. No, I am not kidding, that's what they really called. So basically, what these things do is, on the same thing as like Hellhound rounds, these things are basically the Hellhounds on Ascension. Now you may be thinking, oh, Ninja Hawk, I don't know what you're thinking about. They must be like the Hellhounds, they come for you, and well, they basically give you a max ammo once they're all dead. This time around, it's not like that. They actually try to steal your perks, and if you're in their way, they will hit you. And sometimes they might even follow you from behind for a short bit. Not just that, but also once they take all your perks, then they'll basically come after you. And the only real reason why these stupid monkeys didn't make it high is because when you have 4 players or 3 players, it's manageable. 2 players, it's difficult. 1 player, it's an absolute stressful moment. But the only real way to set up on Ascension is to put claymores down in certain areas you can't defend. Because without it, and if you're trying to use 4 perks, good luck, mate. It's mission impossible. And these stupid monkeys come in at the number 4 spot because they give you a max ammo or sometimes a perk bottle. But without any further said, they come in at the number 4 spot. Coming into number 3 spot, we have the Warden from Mob of the Dead. Now, what do I hate about the Warden? Or Brutus, whichever one you want to call it, but I'm just going to call it the Warden since most people call him that, and also he's named that on like Google Images and all kinds of stuff like that. But without any deeper those 2 words. Anyways, what I absolutely hate about the Warden is just that every single time I hear him, I'm like, oh crap, here we go again. We have a perfect map, Mob of the Dead, great perks, great nearly about everything. But this is definitely what ruins the map the most. Heck, in Pack-a-Punch, you have 5 to 3 of them spawning if you have like 3 or 2 players. How is that fair? Not just that, but these things take so long to defeat if you don't aim to the head. And also, once you aim to the head, good luck. It's not like the Russian manga where if you shoot him on the head, at least he dies in a few bullets. This is beyond that. And also, the picture you see right here, That's him hitting the mystery box, making you have to pay 2,000 points extra before hitting the mystery box. Wow, I totally love that. And also he does the same thing to the craftable tables, and he also does it to the perk machines. Wow, and also some of them cost like 3,000 for like the billables or the perk machines by memory. These things are just it's just stupid. This boss is so annoying because more than just that, but also he can hit you in like 2 hits, you're dead. I think by memory, I can't remember. But this boss could have made it to number 2. I was almost gonna consider this thing being number 2, but there was one boss that just destroyed my entire experience of the map. So with any first said, this boss, the warden, comes in at number 3. Coming into the number 2 spot, we have the Panzer Soldier slash Panda Soldier as a shortcut name of what I like to call it. Oh dear god, this boss is just so annoying. So basically in Origins, on round 7, whenever you hear that sound, you know the pandas coming around. If you hear that or something like that. But I know by fact that he'll basically use the flamethrower if you're like close to him, and also if you're at medium range, he will use the claw, which if he gets you, you are stuck. But the only way to get out is to shoot that thing where the claw comes out. If the red dot's flashing, shoot the thing that where the claw comes out of. If not, well, you're dead, obviously. And then obviously flamethrower kills you pretty damn fast, or burns you to like low health pretty damn fast. And it also takes quite a while to die, and the only ways that he's really gonna die quick is like the main origin stuff and a few other weapons, which I don't remember exactly all of them. And then there's the BO3 version, which he is so annoying. He's increased his health by like, I don't know, so damn much. He's nearly impossible to die. Then obviously we have the weapons that like the best to kill him, like the thunder gun, the dingo, the haymaker, the brekkie, and the pumpkin servant. But without any further said, this boss is already annoying enough. He could have made it to number 1, but I didn't put him at number 1 because there were 2 bosses tied at number 1. Which is very unusual to put at number 1, but anyways, this boss comes in at the number 2 spot. And I still remember how bloody hard he is to defeat. Before we get started onto the dishonorable mentions, I'm only going to mention 5 worst bosses on dishonorable mentions because I can't mention all of them because there's just simply too many. But anyways, the Pentagon Fifth. This boss didn't make it on the list because he's easy to kill, even though he takes away your guns, but you get a max ammo or a bonfire, so which if you kill him, then basically your gun's back. But anyways, let's move over to the other dishonorable mention. The other dishonorable mention, we have Denizens. Barely made on the list, and they're very easy to kill. What you do is you just knife them or shoot them, and they're basically dead. The other one being the Brute. I almost considered him being number 5, but I thought the manglers were more annoying if you're training a horde of zombies. Which the Brute, don't get me wrong, is also annoying training a horde of zombies, but if you use the right weapons, the Brute becomes nothing. Second last dishonorable mention we have is the Witches from Buried. They basically take away 2,000 of your points if you get hit by them, but they barely made on the list because they're so easy to kill. Last but not least, we have the Slasher, which this boss could have made it at number 5. It was close, but the only reason why it wasn't very close is because you can only see it in Rave mode, and that's why it only made it on the dishonorable mention. Coming into number 1 spot, we have a tie between the Astronaut and George Romero. Let's start off with the Astronaut. Screw the Astronaut, screw him so much. He appears on round 2, and no matter how many times you kill him, he still comes back. You only get rid of 200 points, and he pushes you away. Wow, so that tells me that if there's a horde of zombies behind me, instead of just going forward, moving away from them, he basically pushes me back into the horde of zombies in the middle of them with that bloody thunder gun blast thing that he does every single time he dies. Not just that, but also he steals your perks. How is that fair? That's not even fair. And not just that, but it doesn't make sense that Area 51, you have to go back to Area twice just to get Juggernaut, but this person's like, nah, we want to punish you for this. So this bloody astronaut was so bad. Fine enough, you could do the Easter egg and try to kill him for good, but even then, he's still annoying to deal with, and it sucks you have to do it all the time just to defeat him, like, make him never come back again. But we'll just leave the astronaut as just a horrible boss that just deserves #1. And now let's talk about George Romero. My god, both of them are so bad as each other. The astronaut and George Romero are so bad, both. On the higher rounds, it's impossible to get there. Because basically, they both ruin it because they follow you around the map every single time. But what makes George Romero particularly #1 in general is that you have this great map. You think, oh yeah, the map's not going to be that bad, right? What comes in just to ruin your day? George Romero from the river. And then he follows you during the entire map. He takes way too long as hell to destroy. Heck, you need to use 3 death machines on solo to kill him. And if you're gonna do it on multiplayer, you need about, I don't know, 6 to 8 death machines to kill him. Not just that, but also since he follows you around the map, but he's also instead of going around the entire map, he can take shortcuts to follow you on the way. How is that fair? Not just that, but also he can actually be in out of bounds parts of the maps to get to you. That is just so unfair. Not just that, but if you shoot him, he gets angry, and if he hits you, he gets angry. How does that make sense? Not just that, but also he turns into that picture thing like what you see here, and he basically just comes chasing after you with that thing like he does during the entire map, and the only way to get him to calm down is to go to the water. And he could still yell and slow you down, just like as if he would scream out with his roaring thing when he gets hurt. And for that reason, both of them are as bad as each other, and they both get the #1 spot. They're both as horrible as each other, and it's nearly impossible to get to round 100 or something like that with these two. And anyways, they come at the #1 spot. Thank you guys for watching. As usual, if you like this video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and click the notification button if you want to stay tuned to the next videos coming up. And until then, have yourself a fantastic day, and I'll see you then.